I am so excited, I'm not even going to pretend that I'm not, because I am. I've said it on this channel multiple times. Stewie Griffin is still the best part of Family Guy, and I stand by that. And for that reason, I will be there front row for the premiere, and probably the eventual cancellation as well, of the new Family Guy spin-off, Stewie. 2 seasons confirmed, set for 2027 to 2028. Thank you, Lord. We prayed for times like these. Today, I want to talk about the hopes and concerns that people have about this series, starting with my own. First of all, I'm very excited. Like, genuinely, I think that the show still does Stewie justice. His relationship with Rupert is funny. His dynamic with Brian is both entertaining and very deep. I've always been a big fan of Stewie as a character and the relationships that are built around him, but I do have some concerns. I fear that if they move away from the type of storylines that Stewie currently gets and try to branch out a little too far, it could go either way. It could be exceptional, or it could completely ruin what makes him work. People have been saying that Family Guy has been dead since Brian's death, and for those of you that don't know, in season 11, Family Guy writers made a stunt where they killed off Brian for only a few episodes until they brought him back.
Damn it, Brian, you can't die! We were gonna do so many things together. We were gonna become windsurfers. I was gonna be a little better than you, but we were both gonna be good.
But in that time, the show received a lot of hate because people wanted them to bring Brian back. However, it was just a desperate attempt to get attention back onto the show. They brought him back. He's fine. But after that, the reputation seriously suffered. But I still tune in, mainly for Brian and Stewie's episodes. Those episodes are genuinely the only reason that I still watch that show. They rarely miss, and Stewie carries a lot of it. So I went digging, specifically on Reddit. I don't even use Reddit like that. I usually just go on my browser for no sleep and the Family Guy subreddit because I'm a loser. So I pulled together some of the main opinions. One point I saw from someone called Featherwolf was that they're worried that the show will focus too much on new characters that nobody cares about, which is honestly very fair. When I read this, it was like the first comment that I read when I hit the comment section of this post. However, new characters would be a great addition, but it does depend entirely on how they're written. Family Guy doesn't always have the best track record when it comes to building compelling new characters that can carry storylines or bounce off of Stewie the way that someone like Brian does. It would also mean leaning more into new relationships between Stewie and other characters, which previously we've seen Family Guy usually just based off of infatuation, which we don't really see much of in the show right now anyways. So I get the concern. However, a really good point by another user, which takes the opposite view, is that I'm thinking it has a decent chance of success. The Cleveland show was spectacular despite how poorly received it was, and since they can't imagine Stewie actually disappearing from the family, they'll probably keep him as local, as opposed to having a full cast of new characters. I think this is a great point, and it also means that instead of completely isolating him, they'll probably keep connections to the main cast. Peter, Brian, and Quagmire especially, since Seth MacFarlane voices all of them. So it's not like they're unavailable. It's not like you have to schedule around those particular actors because it's him. So they just need to be written in appropriately. I just think that a lot of viewers that are Family Guy fans already would be the main audience for a Stewie spin-off. And they would just like to see a developing relationship between him and some of the members of the family that we don't get to see him spending a lot of time with, such as Peter. In addition to this, we've seen him and Quagmire have a very good dynamic in the past. When Quagmire and Stewie end up in Paris, that was a great episode. And then when Brian comes in, it just makes it stronger. So I think a mix of new characters and developing relationships with characters that are already existing can make the show very successful. However, one thing that does worry me is the idea that the new show will be centered around a daycare. That means a lot of new baby characters, and while Family Guy has done this before, it's very hit or miss. Sometimes it works. The whole joke of them being just babies while having full personalities is great. Other times we get characters like Doug, and I hate Doug. He is my least favorite character, I think, in the entire show. I feel like what I didn't like about him was that Stewie's my favorite, and every time he was on the screen, I just knew that Stewie wasn't going to be successful and he wasn't going to win. And it's just sort of like watching a show and being prepared for your favorite character to have a bad ending. Like, I just was never liked seeing him on the screen. So if we can avoid another Doug situation, I would love that. Another big discussion is how long the show will last. Some people think it won't last very long. Some people think it could even get a movie. I think if it gets cancelled after 2 seasons, I would be devastated. But if it gets a movie, I would be a little bit confused because Family Guy doesn't even have a movie. Then I saw someone, Easy Olive, say, "You really think watching Stewie in daycare is going to be entertaining?" I was like, yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do. And even if it's shit, I'm tuning in anyways. Because he's not just a baby sitting in daycare, he's an evil genius. He's dramatic and chaotic and kind of gay, and the humour that comes from that combination is great. It has so much potential. It could be hilarious, it could be camp, it could just be really fun to watch. But I also get why some people might not like that direction. I know some fans feel like the show leans too much into that side of his character now, but if you step back and compare him to the first season, Stewie is objectively a more layered and entertaining character now than he was back then. I know this is just my opinion, but I think that objectively he's a better character because he's just more fleshed out. But one thing I do struggle to understand is why Seth MacFarlane is agreeing to this. He's openly said in the past that he's fed up with Family Guy. So the fact that this is moving forward makes me think he may have a more specific vision for the series, which does make me hopeful that this could be a really good sign. At the end of the day, this show can work. It has real potential, especially if it leans into what already makes Stewie great. The emotional depth, the humour, and the relationships that actually feel developed. I don't want them to just be repeating the format of the Road 2 episodes because that would just get repetitive, but the strong points in those could be honed in on, which would make for an exceptional spin-off. They just have to be smart about it, because if they are, this could be something really, really good. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a little bit skewed, but I was just really excited because I know this was announced a month ago, but I only heard of it literally 2 days ago. So this video has just been thrown together and thrown out there because I'm just so excited about it. I have been getting kind of fed up with the newer seasons of Family Guy, and I really only do watch them for Stewie, so that's why I was so amped to just get this video out. I'm so excited about the spin-off. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers because I just got fired from made redundant from my job, which for anybody that doesn't understand what that means, it basically means that I didn't do anything wrong. They just removed my job role altogether in the business, which means that I need money. So if I could get monetized, that would be great. However, I am a real big distance away from that. So right now, my next sub goal is 250. So if you want to help me at all, I'd really, really appreciate it. Of course, only subscribe if you actually like the video. Don't be subscribing because, per me, I need to pay my rent. It's fine. I'll get money somewhere else, I'll get another job. But it would just be nice if one day I could make this my job. But regardless, please let me know what you think about the spin-off, and thank you for watching. Hi everyone who stays for my long outros. I know I haven't properly done one to connect in a little bit, and I am sorry for that. I miss it quite a lot, to be honest. But my health has been taking a bit of a spiral downwards. Just mental health not really working the way that it should be working. But then I recently got hired at a new job, which was honestly a dream job for this point in my life. Sorry, that's my laptop making that noise. My dream job would probably be anything to do with media, like YouTube specifically. I'd love to be able to make YouTube my career, but right now my YouTube account is just for a little bit of fun, which I absolutely love and appreciate everyone who subscribes and tunes into my videos. Money isn't what matters right now on my YouTube channel. I just have fun making videos. However, I do have to say that, money wasn't necessarily a big concern anymore now that I got my job. However, I've just been recently, maybe about half an hour ago, I got dismissed with no warning and no reason. Basically, the way that my contract works is that they can dismiss me for absolutely no reason within the probationary period, which wasn't going to be up until September. So, something that was making me feel good, getting me out of my house, and earning me that money, I've just been let go from for really no reason. Well, maybe they have some secret reason that I'm just not aware of. I asked, is there anything I did that was inappropriate or wrong? And they were like, no, not at all. You have a wonderful personality. It's just that we've now had an internal, whatever it was, conversation. And we've realised that we no longer need your role. And I was like, exciting. That's great. So, I need to go and find another job. I love to sing, so I might do some public, like singing gigs. But until then, little old me is unemployed. I'm gonna take this time as an opportunity to delve into my YouTube channel because I love my audience that I've gained, and that type of support, it really does keep me going when things don't necessarily go the way that we plan them to go. But what's important to remember is that these things do happen, and they happen to the best of us, and they can happen for no reason sometimes, and you may think to yourself, goodness, this is not ideal. Wish that I maybe didn't pass up on certain opportunities for something that was short term, but things like this are temporary and necessary for the full picture of your life. So if you're in a similar position to me, please do not be feeling discouraged. It is okay. Maybe not right now when you're not making money, but it will be okay. It will be okay. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is completely different type of format that my videos used to take. I will be going back to that more familiar format. It's just that I was very excited about Stewie Griffin. If any of you have any thoughts about this new sitcom, please let me know. I haven't really got into any good discussions with my comments in quite a while, so I would love to start a conversation down in my comment section. I would really, really appreciate it. But yes, thank you very, very much for 230 subscribers. It honestly means the world to me. And I hope that everyone's having a slightly better day than I am. But the sun is shining and I'm still able to see, to feel things, to hear things, to talk. So is it really that bad? No, it's not. Thank you for listening. Bye.